Audiobooks have become a key way that I read books these days. They allow me to pursue growth, understanding, or even entertainment while I take care of other demands on my time. I can do housework or drive to the next stop while learning. And I know this is true for many people these days. The main downside I have found is that I don't always stop and reflect on what I am gleaning from the words. So I'm taking some time today to reflect on what I have learned from audiobooks so far this year. Maybe you'll learn something or be inspired to reflect yourself. So these are the audiobooks that I have listened to this year. The Explosive Child by Dr. Ross W. Greene, Good to Great by Jim Collins, The Obstacle is the Way by Ryan Holiday, The Lazy Genius Way by Kendra Adachi, That Sounds Fun by Annie F. Downs, and Winning the War in Your Mind by Craig Groeschel. Now, the books on a person's shelf can often reveal something about who they are and what life may look like. You may draw your own conclusions from the titles I've shared. The impression that I am left with is a person who is eager to grow and improve, but who is battling feeling overwhelmed and out of her depth. She is desperate for strategies to try and a new mindset with which to approach challenges. It's amazing how making a simple list can draw out deep truth. I wish I could say that listening to these books has completely transformed me, that feeling of overwhelm has cleared, and a new mindset is firmly in place. Oh, that it would be that simple. I am a work in progress. There are no quick fix solutions. However, these books have made a difference. The principles and truths in these books have helped develop my vision of who I want to be as a person, a mother, a wife, friend, and leader. This vision becomes more clear and defined. And then I can set my focus instead of being pulled in so many different directions. It gives me a filter through which to make decisions and evaluate my choices and actions. Sometimes this shows just how far I still have to go in becoming that person. I can let that discourage me or spur me on. The trouble comes when I stop at the point of being inspired and, seeing this picture of who I want to be, when I don't always follow through on taking action on what I've learned. I've certainly implemented a few things, and I see a shift in my thinking patterns. However, there is still so much more gold that I can mine. Instead of seeking out my next book, I'm going to pause and apply what I have learned already. So here are the action steps that I am committing to. From Winning the War in Your Mind, I will complete the 12 exercises in the accompanying PDF by the end of June. From That Sounds Fun, I'm going to pick up my hobby of crochet again. From The Lazy Genius Way, I'm applying the principles of start small, build the right routines, and schedule rest. And I will use the Lectio 365 app each night before bed to wind down my brain. I'm going to experiment with this for a week and see if it's the right fit. From The Obstacle is the Way, I'm going to pay attention to the story I'm telling myself about certain events and reframe my perspective. And this goes hand in hand with many of the exercises from Winning the War in my mind. From Good to Great, I'm going to start with the Disciplined People section. I'm going to identify the steps I need personally to become a level 5 leader, and I'm going to work with my team over the next few weeks to ensure that the right people are on the bus, in the right places, and the ones we currently have on the bus are the right fit. From The Explosive Child, which is the one I've probably implemented the most out of already, I will commit to a Plan B conversation with my daughter around an upcoming issue. Now, I know you probably don't actually care what my action steps are going to be, but this helps me to stay on the hook for the growth I want to see, and hopefully it encourages you to identify your own action steps from your own books. Now, I will aim to report on my progress with these in my monthly newsletter, and I would love to have you part of that email community, so get in touch through the link in the profile. Now, there is one audiobook that I haven't put on that list, but I've probably listened to it more than all of the others combined. I released the audiobook version of my book Stepping Up in Leadership on the 18th of May. My own love for audiobooks spurred me on to get this done, and it required many hours of recording and editing and figuring out technology. But those hours were worth it because they were for you. There are invitations for reflection and creating action steps throughout the audiobook, and I've put this into a PDF download for you, and I share the link in the book. Maybe this is your next book to listen to, and take steps to grow from what you learn. It's available exclusively on my website, jokoepke.com. That's JOKOEPKE.com, and the link will be in the description as well. Take care.